What's up YouTube? It's your girl Mook and I'm back again with another video. I actually was live on Instagram doing this video, so you might have already kind of got a look at these nails, but I'm gonna get right into it. And I am using a practice hand from Rikhai'Dominique. Now I'm just prepping the nail as if this was somebody's real nail. I'm just gonna take my sanding bit and just etch the nail out, just to make it rough, or removing the shine from it, as you would say, just so the nail tips will stick better. And now I'm just gonna take my duster and just dust away the dust. But dusting away the dust on this little silicone hand, it was kind of difficult because it was still there. Like, I think you gotta wash the hand, but I wasn't gonna wash the hand. I just prepped the nails. But anyway, I'm gonna take these nail tips, and yes, I do sell these nail tips. I have them in clear as well, and I will drop the number below where you can text to order them until my site is all the way complete. But you're just gonna place your tips. Just make sure that the nail fits from sidewall to sidewall, and you only put a drop of glue because you don't want glue running all down the nail. You don't want glue getting stuck to y'all, all that extra stuff. So you don't have to put that much glue. A little bit of glue goes a long way. Because I'm doing a different shape for every finger, I size the nail to the nail bed differently, because depending on what shape I'm doing, it's like how I size the nail to the bed. It'll make more sense when I actually show you when we get to the shaping part. So now I'm taking my scissors. These not the scissors that I use. I misplaced the scissors that I use in one of my bags, but I'm just gonna cut it to whatever length that I want to do these nails. I wasn't planning on them being really long, but I did want them longer than this, and I realized that after I had cut them and I wasn't about to start over. So we're just gonna work with what we got. But I'm gonna take my scissors and I'm basically just cutting. This is gonna be the taper square one. I'm just cutting off a little bit. Like, you don't want to cut off too much to where you make it like a coffin. You want it still to be kind of square. And this one I'm gonna make stiletto, so I'm actually cutting it and making the point right in the middle of the nail, because I'm gonna actually make the left side meet right in the middle of the nail. It don't have to be right there, but you do want to kind of have a point, because when you file it, it's gonna get sharper. And this one, I think I just made it square, and the index finger will be coffin. The only thing I can say about this hand though, like, I couldn't really like secure it how I wanted to, because I had bought the little hand like handle desk mount thing, and I broke it like as soon as I opened it, so I didn't have one to work with. So I had to just hold the hand, and it's way harder trying to hold this hand and work than like the hand holding itself. So yeah, but I'm going to shape this into a taper square, and I'm just filing. You don't want to file too much, but you do want to file it to where it's not so boxy at the top, but you don't want to overfile it to make it look like a coffin. So that's why I only cut just a little bit, because the part that you cut, that's the only part that you want to make straight on the nail, like at the tip, if that makes sense. But during the filing process, you want to make sure that you're holding your file directly onto the nail, because however you start filing that nail, that's however your shape is going to come out. Like, I see a lot of people like file like they trying to go in an oval, and they shape look exactly like they almost filed the oval. So you don't want to overfile. You want to make sure that your nail file is straight whenever, however, whatever shape it is. It don't matter. Okay, so when I'm shaping a stiletto nail, I actually make sure that the nail tip is like more snug on the nail, because I just hate really wide stilettos. Like, they're supposed to be like really neat to your finger if you're gonna wear them. I hate really wide fingers with stiletto nails. It's just a no for me. But I'm just gonna actually just shape this nail. But when you shaping this nail, you wanna go side to side and not just shape one side and then shape the other side. And reason being because you want to make sure that that point is right in the middle, and you don't want to have it looking like a knife where one side of the nail is over way more than the other side. Like it's not gonna be in the middle. And when I'm in stilettos, I want to make sure that everything is just like perfect because it's so easy to mess up a stiletto, like so easy. Shaping square, I just hold the file to how straight I want it to be. Remember I told you, like, however straight you hold the file is however your shape is going to come out. And I don't like if you have like that little dent, like the little hump look in it. I don't like that, so I just basically just file it out. And that's all I do to my square other than just filing to make it square. Now for coffin, this was actually a little more difficult than what I thought it was going to be on his hand, only because the nail wasn't that sturdy how I really wanted it to be. But I just basically just hold it at the angle that you want it on, but you do want to make sure that it's flat, or you're going to have like a kind of O in the middle of your coffin, if you kind of understand what I'm saying. But just basically just file it. You kind of want to file side to side too, because you can't overfoul a coffin and then you will make it too skinny. I don't like mine's really coffin like ballerina-ish looking. Only on certain type of fingers, but I think coffin is not to be super skinny at the tip. I mean, but it's really preference. That's just how I like mine. So you just basically file it to your liking after you file the sides. Where I usually go ahead and prime, but I'm not going to prime it because I'm not trying to make it last for a long time or whatever. But I'm just going to just go in with my colors, and these colors I had bought from Glam&Glits, and I just never even used them. They just been sitting in the box. I probably got about 50 bottles of color acrylic just sitting in the box, and I just be waiting to use them. But sometimes I just feel like I don't be creative enough to be using so many colors together. But that's why I've made this video. But these are just gonna be solid, only because I was just doing this just to give myself a foundation to practice like hand painted designs on. is actually one of my best, like my favorite parts of the whole process is when I foul the acrylic and when I e-foul the acrylic. Well, I should say when I reshape the acrylic or the, whatever. But this is actually my favorite part. But I'm just going in with the nail file again, the same file, and just basically just shaping the nail again and making sure that the acrylic has some shape to it. Foul off all the excess. Just reshape the nail. And I did not e-foul these because I don't know, remember why I didn't, but I just didn't. I think it was just that smooth that I didn't have to e-file them. I think I just buffed them, and I'm just practicing, so it wasn't really that serious. And I just want to record this for y'all to show y'all because a lot of people ask me for videos like this, but here you are. And I will post the final results, and I did post a mini video of me actually working on the design. That is the results of the video, but just keep watching and you will see.